the NBA's newest owner. Who is he? Mortgage lender Matt Ishbia and his brother Justin making headlines by picking up 60% of the Phoenix Suns for $2.4 billion.
That's right. 2.4 billion to the Ishbia bros. Ty, what's your thoughts? There's so many feelings going around now, but what's your thoughts, man?
Initial thoughts, how did the Suns go for $4 billion? Robert Sarver, he just got rewarded for the misogyny. He just got rewarded for the racism. Yeah. But that's another topic for another day. We'll focus on the new owners here. Record sale, that 60% for 2.4 values the Suns at an NBA record $4 billion. And the crazy thing is here, Forbes just did their records. They do this yearly analyzation of sports teams and what they should be worth. And they had the Suns at $2.7 billion just a month and a half ago. Okay, Sarver bought the team in 2004 for $400 million, and now he's getting 10 times that number. How did we get here, bro?
Oh, man, a lot has happened between 2004 and 2022. I mean, we got to talk about the Steve Nash MVP seasons, right? We got to talk about Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash, those teams making the deep runs in the playoffs. We got to talk about the successes of the most recent teams, the Chris Paul and Devin Booker squad that made it to the finals and has been a perennial contender for the last few years. And I mean, they got new jerseys. They've been upping their swag. You know what I'm saying? Their logo, everything's been updated, right? I say all that to say this, man. Ain't nobody going out the way to Phoenix. Come on now. If you're all the way out there, you're going to go to Vegas. You might hit Dallas up before you go to Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go to Cali.
Well, that's where I think you're actually wrong, bro.
Nah?
Phoenix has this title of not a small market, but not a big market. I think that's a lie. They're kind of a hub, right? They're in that triangle between Texas and California, right in between, and Vegas, correct, right in between. And who knows how long before Vegas gets to their own NBA franchise, because it's coming. Right. As soon as Brown retires, they're sending him out just like Jordan. Go take over, bro. But look, man, that is a serious bag. And like you said, I think you're right. The success just coming off a finals appearance. They got a great team. Devin Booker goes for 50 at least once a month now. Like it all contributes
to this, man. But you made a great point, man. You know, in these circumstances, in these situations, right? Yeah, an owner is forced out. I mean, the only thing Sarver probably had hurt was his ego, right? His pride, which I mean, sometimes for the billionaires is enough, is worth more, because to them, their pride is worth more to them than the Billies, you know? But in this situation, it just doesn't feel right. I mean, Sarver, with the comments that he made not too long ago, goes and, like you said, 10 times his investment. So he put $400 million, and that turned into 4 B's. Count them, 4 billions. You check?
And he wasn't a billionaire before. This is going to get him into that status.
Wow. Now, that's absolutely insane. Now, what I'd be interested to see is, was this a cash deal? Were there assets involved? Like, that's the interesting part about it, because this is my thing, right? Do they just got 4 bills sitting in a bank account somewhere? Like, hey, let me just wire this over real quick. Call my accountant. You know, he'll take.
That's a good question. That's a good question. And Forbes just put out an article about what you touched on. They have questions that the Ishbia bros can even get this done, because their massive net worths, and they're still massive, just took a serious hit with the pandemic. We know the market we're in, to the tune of about 40 to 60% going down.
Wow.
Now, I don't know how they're going to do this deal. They're obviously going to have to leverage some assets. Their wealth is massively tied to stock in their companies, which they can leverage, but they're going to have to put some cash out. So I don't know. We're still in the pending approval process, but the NBA's newest and youngest controlling owner, which would be Matt Ishbia, has been desperate to get his foot in the door with an NBA team, man. It's not his first bid. This is just his latest. He was interested in the Denver Broncos. He was in active negotiations with the Washington Commanders, and now he's landed on his feet with the Phoenix Suns.
That's great stuff for him, man. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, right, I guess he has the vision, right? Ishbia had the vision. The bros at least had the vision to get the company going and not stopping during the '08 market crash when everyone else, you know, fell apart. They were there to pick up the pieces, and that's why they are where they are. But I think it's that foresight, right? And I think Ishbia bros see something that you and I have known for a long time, right? The basketball business is booming. You know what I'm saying? And if that's how much the Phoenix Suns cost, you know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine how much the Lakers cost, the New York Knicks, the Miami Heat, the Chicago Bulls, the Golden State Warriors, right? Now, I got to touch on the Warriors, right? They had new owners in the early 2010s, right?
So like up in the gang. Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors are now up 20%. If that's how much the Suns are. Because look,
brand new arena, still got Steph.
Brand new arena, got Steph, got Clay, got JP now, right? Got Steve Kerr, who's an enigma in his own right. You know what I mean? Then you throw in the championships. And this is all within the last 10 years, right? The 4 chips, the KD being there. Like, the Warriors right now, barring maybe
5.
Yeah,
dog. 5 weeks. A few more interesting things about Matt. He has an intense business rivalry with Dan Gilbert. They're both in the mortgage lending industry. Obviously, Dan Gilbert with Quicken Loans Arena. That's obvious where his interest is tied there. He, as in Matt, has taken some serious shots publicly at him. And it's going to be interesting because to get approved, the NBA owners do have to vote him in. So he's got one that's already going to be a no down in Cleveland.
Yeah.
To see if he can push this across the finish line. One other interesting note, Matt was a walk-on for Tom Izzo's 2000 Michigan State Championship team. So he's already got a ring. Let's see if we can get another one in the end.
Yes, sir, my boy. And this is the thing, right? He might be, again, I don't want to talk out of pocket here without being too sure. One of the few owners, right, barring obviously Michael Jordan, who actually has some real hoops experience. I mean, this guy was a bench reserve, you know what I mean? But to walk on to a team like Michigan State that year had won the national championship, that says you could have started on a few other major Division I programs if you're on the team of the best and nobody knew who you were. So big shouts out to Matt, you know what I'm saying? And he said, is you dumb? Is you stupid? He said, Dan Gilbert could never. You know what I'm saying?
And this guy ain't no LeBron James, so you know he had to be working hard, busting his ass to even walk on and sit on the bench for that championship team.
Facts. And that's where he gained and built the knowledge to get the wealth, takes Pop's company to the next level. And now, at the ripe young age of 42 years old, my man is about to be, right, barring any cancellations in the deal, an NBA franchise owner. That's something to check off the bucket list, huh?
That's facts.
Yeah.
Phoenix, here he comes. You got a new owner.